Hello, I am Wanderer001 and this is my review of the TrackR Bravo. It is a social tracking device. Really what it boils down to is it is a GPS enabled tracking device that utilizes a network of people in order to find a lost or stolen device. Now there are pluses and minuses with this and I will get into that a little later. To start off, we're going to talk about the TrackR Bravo itself here. It is made of aluminum and can come in several different colors for a fee. This is the gray standard tracker. The dimensions of this particular item are 31 millimeters across and up because it's a circle, so that's going to be the same all around, and it is 3.5 millimeters thick. This thing runs off of a CR1620 battery, which is replaceable and is supposed to give you a year of tracking services. Now, to replace it, you would come over here to where the door is and just pop that open. You can do so with just a fingernail. And there you can see the replaceable battery, and then we just push it back in and it's good as new. For those of you who might not be as familiar with the dimensions or even of the battery size, I have several US coins to compare it to. So here you have it with a standard US quarter. Here we have a US coin dollar. And then the closest thing is actually a US half dollar. This is going to give you the closest actual proximity to how big the TrackR Bravo here is. Now, the TrackR Bravo does come packaged rather neatly. This is one I got several of these to test out and left one in the package just for the review here. The package has changed a little bit compared to what it originally launched with. So here you can see all the lovely things that you can do with it, and here is the back. You can take a screenshot of that if you need to know the information here. The TrackR Bravo operates over Bluetooth 4.0 or Bluetooth LE, so you will have to pair this with a cell phone. Now, in that package, it comes with a ring and a piece of double back tape so that you can tape this or put this on a key ring. Now, this one I have in my wallet while I have another one on my key ring. Now, it is thin enough to fit in your wallet without a problem. Now, looking at the front here, this is actually a speaker because you can use the app and ring your TrackR Bravo, which looks like this. So you get the little light on the front there, and then you have a 92 decibel ring that hopefully you can hear, but I'm using a lapel mic, so does look like it showed up a little bit on the mic there. So that is how you would find this device. There's a little loop up there, and the back you just have some FCC information and just flat more of the same color. You can get a waterproof rubberized housing for it, kind of like you would do for a Fitbit. You put it in there and that makes it waterproof-ish so that you can use it on pet collars and things like that. You can also get a image screened onto the front of it if you want to pay more. And that's the thing. All these little extras are nice, but you do have to pay more for them. So the other part of the TrackR Bravo is actually the TrackR app. So what I'll do is I will show you what it was like to set up this particular item. Again, I did get 2 and I set up 2. Now you can pair up to 10 of these to a single cell phone with a single app. So you have an account and that account can have up to 10 of these on there at once. After registering, there is a map located at the top, which I'm not going to show you because it will show my current location. But the map is showing where the tracker is. Now, you will notice that the tracker is right there. My signal is strong, more or less, considering that it's right next to it. This may be due to the Wi-Fi that I'm currently sitting on, or the Bluetooth of the phone. So setup really isn't that bad. It probably would have gone faster if I wasn't trying to film. So really, you could probably be up and running in like 3 minutes if you know what your password is and what email account you want to use. So the other portion of this, like I said, I showed you how to set up the app. Well, the other part is actually utilizing the app to do something with this, because it's useless if you just have this thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the app and the features that it has. When you first log into the TrackR app, you're going to see a blurred map up here. Yours will not be blurred, but mine is, because it will show you the last time and place that it connected to your device. So in my case, you can't see it, but it says connected and it's showing exactly where I'm sitting. Now, if you had left this somewhere, it would show you on this map the last place that it connected to. So you could try and go back to that location to find your item, or you have the mesh network of people who may be also using the TrackR app and have their Bluetooth on and get close enough in proximity to your device that it will pop up a newer location on the map. So down here you see I have two different items. I have wallet, and then if I swipe this way, I have keys. Now, you see how close you are to them, doing this kind of Marco Polo thing. So you can see getting closer, getting further. Now, the thing is, and this is where I have a little bit of discrepancy, both of these trackers are sitting right next to me on the table as I'm doing this review. But my keys tracker is showing that it's further away as opposed to my wallet. And that's been like that since I got these two particular trackers. So not entirely sure. I mean, it's a small problem, quote unquote. So on this page, you click the button. You may hear that off in the distance. You can ring your device. Now, the other thing is, even if your phone is off and in silent mode like mine is currently, if you press the lighted button here on the tracker, you can ring the phone itself, even if it's in silent mode. So that's kind of good. As you saw, it was a little tricky pushing that button because it's recessed. So coming across, this is the home of what the tracker does. This is the app. This is what you're going to look at. But you do have some options if we come over here. Again, it will have an email address that it's attached to. I have that blurred out. You can turn it into silent mode or non-silent mode. You can come down to accounts and it will give you like a brief overview of things that have happened. So here you have number of times you've rung the device. So that's the tracker talking to the phone. Number of times your phone rang the device. You could see I was testing stuff around. Here you have number of separation alerts. Now, there are two different types of separation alerts. There's one where if you lose connection via Bluetooth with the tracker itself will ring. Or there is the number, if your Bluetooth is lost, the phone pops up with a message saying, hey, you've walked out of proximity of your tracker. If you have both of them on, it can be a little annoying. I suggest one or the other. Personally, probably would go with the messages on the phone, but you can do that. You can see I only did that once because while I was testing it, I noticed one very large discrepancy in that, and that is if you are pairing your Bluetooth on your phone to another device, the tracker will set off a message. So every time I would pair it with a Bluetooth headset, it would ring and send me a message. So a little iffy on that usefulness in my case. I just want to be able to ring either item, either the phone or the device or the item that the tracker is hooked up to. Now, some people may find that useful. I personally do not. You can also see here number of times I helped somebody. So apparently I was close enough to a device that somebody said they lost, because this was not me doing testing, because I do not have a separate phone with another tracker on it that I could lose and then try and find. Groups, if you have a single item that is attached to multiple people, this is how you would do it. You would add a group, you'd give the group a name, you'd say what device it is that you want as part of this group, and then you attach the people's emails of that group. Now, keep in mind, they do need to have a TrackR account in order to be part of a group. And last option here is sign out. Coming back here, we have Wi-Fi safe zone. So what this will allow you to do is select all the Wi-Fis that are currently on your phone and say, do not give me separation alerts if I'm on this Wi-Fi. Very useful if you happen to walk away or out of distance from your device while you're on your home network. You don't want that constantly going off if your cell phone's downstairs and your keys are upstairs in your room. You can also use Nest with this particular TrackR thing to give you, if I'm this close to home, turn the Nest up. I do not have a Nest, so I was not able to test that out. You also have a quick FAQ, as well as if you want to order more devices. Now, if we use the other hamburger button on the side here, this will be for the trackers themselves. So this will give you options just for them. So I'm going to do my keys, and you can change the name. It will show you the battery level, and here are the two separation alerts. The first is the device separation alert, so that means it will ring the TrackR itself if you get out of range. The other is the phone separation alert, which will put a message on your phone saying, hey, you're out of range. You also have alarm length, you have the type of sound, as well as here you can see the firmware version of the particular item. You can also share from here, and this would be adding a new group. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is the actual map that you see when you probably go to the TrackR website. And that is, it looks like there's tons of these everywhere. Now, the map is a little disconcerting, so you need to zoom in on this map. And when I say zoom in, you have to get close to your actual city to see just how many of these there actually are. Now, I have a feeling that the two people that I helped were probably in a more populated area. Probably when I was down in Disney, somebody lost something and said, hey, can people help me find this? Which is one of the reasons I got this, because one time when I did go down there, actually the only other time I went down there, my wife had lost her wallet. Somebody was nice enough to bring it back to somebody and we got it later, but it's kind of a peace of mind thing to have something like this. The one problem that I find is the price. Now, this, a TrackR Bravo, can run anywhere from $20 to $30, depending on if you get it on Amazon or from TrackR itself. Now, they do have promotions and things like that that you can keep your eye out for. I will place a link in the description area for where you can get it on Amazon. I will also place a referral link where you can get this directly from TrackR. And what that is, you get one, you get an extra one, and then I get another one in turn. And then I can hand them out as gifts to people, because the more of these that are out there in the world, the better. So, I mean, all in all, if you are concerned about losing something or misplacing something, or just, hey, I've done it where I put my keys down and I don't remember where I put my keys down, having the ability to ring my keys so that I know exactly where they are is beneficial for me. Now, if you can get past the fact that the map is not quite as accurate as they say it is, because you got to really get in there and see for your locale if there are a lot of these around. With that said, I mean, I like it. It's a good enough product. I've been looking for something like this. There is a competitor called Tile, which is a little, well, not a little, it's much bigger than this and chunkier to put in your wallet. So I'm happy that this exists. Will it be beneficial to you? Only you will be able to answer that for yourself, but hopefully you found this useful in some way, shape, or form. I have been Wanderer001. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching.